Hi everyone, today I'm going to rank Wings of Fire tier list. First is going to be Anemone, or as I call it, Anemone. I would put her around a C tier. Next is Fate Speaker. She's around, I wouldn't put her as an F. I'd put her as a D. Now, Queen Blaze. She's my favorite out of the three rival queens. She deserves a C tier. And Blister, she's a pretty cool Sandwing queen. So I'd probably put her around, same thing as Blaze, C tier. Now Blue, he's a pretty cool dragon. I put him as B. Now Burn, my least favorite out of the three sisters. I'm going to put him as a D. Her as a D. Now F, I would put Cattail because she abandoned Clay, the Dragon of Prophecy, the Medwing in A, and Queen Coral. She's not a bad queen, but I wouldn't say she was the best, so I'm going to put her in D. Now Cricket. He's a pretty cool dragon. I'm going to put him in, I think I'll put him in C. Now Darkstalker. He has animus powers, and he can control, and he made the 3 dream visitors. I'm going to put him as A. Now Queen Dazzling. And the Queen of the Rainwings, Deathbringer. He's around like B. Dune, another B. Now, let's see. I'm going to put Exequist, another one of the Rainwing Queens that likes sloths. I'm going to put her around D. Now, next up is Flame. Flame is one of the false prophecy dragonets, and I would put him around a B tier. And now, I'm going to put Fruit Bat, one of the best Rainwing Queens in my opinion, deserves a C. Now Gil, Tsunami's father, would probably be around a B. Now Glory, another one of the Dragonets of Prophecy, is around A. Now Granfer, I would say, is the best Rainwing Queen, is B tier. Now, I haven't read Dragon Slayer, so I don't know some of these characters like Leaf and Ivy. Now, Jambu, Glory's sister. I'm going to put her, Glory's brother, actually. I'm going to put him around B tier. Now, Kestrel, Pearl's father. I'm going to put her in either C or D. I'd say, I don't know, C or D. I can't pick. I'm going to add an extra tier, and I'm going to name it middle of C and D. Okay, that's where I'm going to put Kestrel. Now Kinkajou, one of Queen Glory's good friends. I'd put her around a C tier. Now Queen Magnificent, in my opinion, she's the worst Rainwing Queen. I'd put her in D tier. Now Mangrove, I'm going to put him in not quite D tier, probably B tier. Now, Moonwatcher, my favorite character, so she deserves an S tier. No, I'm going to create an extra tier. I'm going to call it Super S tier. And that's where I'm going to place Moonwatcher. Next up is Marsh, one of Clay's siblings. I'm going to put him in A tier. Now Morrisier. He's okay, so I'm going to put him middle of C and D, same with Kestrel. Now, I'm going to speed through these. So first off, I'm going to put Natalius in D tier. Middle C in D tier, actually. And an Orc D tier. Osprey, he's pretty nice to Pearl, so I'm putting C. Now Pearl, the dragon that has flaming hot scales. I'm gonna put her in A tier. No. Pheasant deserves an A tier. Kibble, S tier rank. Now, Reed, another A tier. Riptide, the new leader of the Talons of Peace. Also, Webbs is his dad, so I'm gonna put him. He was a pretty cool character, so I'm gonna put him in C tier. Actually, no, I'm gonna move him up to B tier. Now, next is, like I said, Sandstorm. I haven't read Dragon Slayer, so I don't know these characters. Queen Scarlet. She's an okay queen, but I would say Ruby's a better queen. But she was a really good antagonist, so I'm gonna put her as middle C and D. Sky, Pearl's brother, but you don't hear much about him. I think I'm gonna add a row, and I'm gonna call it Not Enough Information. Yeah, around not enough information. That's where I'm going to put Sky. Now next up is going to be Smolder. He's a Sandwing. He's a pretty cool Sandwing. He helped Sunny, so I'm gonna put him in C tier. Same with Sora, Clay's sister. Now Squid, Natalius's son. Squid is he's a mid-tier character, so C. Now Starflight. He can't read minds. Well, none of the Nightwings except Moonwatcher can read minds. So I'm going to put him in A tier. He's another one of the Dragonets of Prophecy. Now Sundew. I'm going to put her in C tier. Now Sunny, another Dragon of Prophecy, A tier. And I'm going to put Tamarin, the Blind Dragonet, in C tier. Same thing with Tsunami, another Dragon of Prophecy, A tier. Turtle, another Animus, so C tier. And actually, no. S tier, he's one of the second Prophecy Dragonets, with Kibble, Winter, Turtle, Kinkajou, and Moon. Now, Umber. I really like Umber, so he deserves a solid A tier. Now, Vengeance. The Nightwing that got shot by Glory's Rainwing Venom. He goes in D tier. And now, Viper, the Sandwing, middle of C and D. Webbs, he's around C tier. Now, Whirlpool. I don't really like Whirlpool, so he's going to be in a D tier. Winter, the second Dragon Prophecy, deserves an S tier. And Albatross, the first Animus, the first found Animus, he is going to go into C tier. Now, Snowfall. Actually, no. Yeah, Snowfall. She's the new queen of the Ice Wings. So I'm going to put her in B tier. Now we have Queen Glacier. She's a pretty cool queen, so she deserves an A. Next up is Queen Battlewinner, the old queen of the Nightwings. She was a pretty cool queen, so I'm going to put her in a solid B tier. Then we next up is Coconut, which deserves not enough information about him. Now next up, we're going to put Crocodile. Crocodile, I wouldn't put him D, but he's around a C tier. Now, Fierce Teeth. She was a pretty cool character. Now I'm going to put her in a B tier. Fjord, he's the Icewing that fought Clay in Queen Scarlet's arena. He was quite a nice dragon. I'm going to put him in B tier. No, he actually deserves, put him in B. Now, Greatness, the old heir to the throne before Queen Glory became the Queen of the Nightwings. I'm going to move her down to C. I'm going to move some of these. Albatross, no, not quite. Greatness, no, not really. She's not better than Webs. Same order. Now, Horizon, the Sandwing that fought Pearl. Now, I'm going to put him in C tier. I'm going to move him up a bit. He deserves a B tier. Gerbo the Third. She's pretty nice, so I'm going to put her in C and D. I'm going to move her up to B. Now, Gerbo. I like Gerbo the Third better than Gerbo, and I'm going to put Gerbo down to Gerbo Third. I wouldn't put her in A. I'm just going to move down. I'm going to add a row below. I'm going to put it middle of B, A, and B. Now, next up is going to be... Wait, let me move up Gerbo the Third to middle of A and B. And now, next up is Lynx. I'm going to put C tier. I'm going to move it up a bit to B. Now, Mind Reader, Starflight's dad. I'm going to put him in a C tier rank. Mastermind, C tier rank. Now, Mighty Claws. Pretty sure Starflight's sister. Wait, no, Fierce Teeth. Well, I'm going to put her in C tier. And now, I'm actually going to move Fjord down a bit to C tier. So Fierce Teeth and Horizon. Now, Mind Reader. He's the one who wanted mind reading powers from Darkstalker. I'm going to put him in add row below. And I'm going to name it middle of B and C. Middle of C and D, actually. B and C. Now, Orchid. I'm going to put her in a solid P tier. The last two, Queen Splendid, another Queen of the Splendor, another Queen of the Rainwings, is in B tier. Move her down to solid C tier. Now, I don't know this guy's name. I'm going to have put him in not enough information. And this is my final list. As I said, I don't know. I haven't read Dragon Slayer, so I don't know those characters. This is my final list. Thanks for watching.